Hello! Time for another festive treat. I've got the husband's Christmas jumper on. Let's do this. Now, before we start, as always, full disclosure, I'm using Pima fingers for this one because that's going to help me out with all the jumping that has to happen later. So I will use my thumb over there on my G string, my index on my C, middle on my E string, and ring finger right there on my A string. That said, if you don't get on with this and you prefer to work down there and you're happy to jump between notes, between strings, then, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're happy with this hand, don't change it, okay? Mine's happier doing that, so I'm just going to keep it like that. So let's come to bar 1. And I'm thinking to use my index for the 1 because it's going to help me out to find the 3 with my ring finger. We don't want to be sliding if we can help it because we're going to get lost doing that. So we want to try and keep this 1 down as an anchor, okay? And you're just going to go 1, 2, and you can pull that off. I think I did, didn't I? I pulled that off. You can hit that string and pull that finger off. So you're hitting the string, or plucking the string, sorry, and pulling it off with your other hand, this hand over here. Oh, and if that happens, it means this one wasn't holding down strongly enough. So you got to increase your pressure there. There we go, that's a bit better. And then option, I could pull that whole thing off there and then just find the 2 and play the 2. And then your whole thing will be a little bit quicker. But as you can hear, if you're not muting certain strings, that might get messy. So by all means, feel free to go, because that's totally fine as well. So we're going, and that's your first bar. Let's count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we've got a tea, coffee, coffee. All right. Next bar, you got 2 crotchet rests in the middle. They're worth 1 each. So obviously, if there's 2 of them, you got to wait for 2. But I want you to keep that string ringing. You're going to notice this with all of my tabs. I put crotchet rests in because the software I use, which is Noteflight, doesn't make the minims obvious, and that drives me insane. So if I just put in some rests, it's more obvious, right? So in that bar, bar 2, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, nice and simple. Let's do those 2 bars together then. I'm counting you in, finding my 1, finding where my 3 is going to be, checking I can actually find 2 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, moving on, and we're thinking almost a B flat. As you can see, that would be the chord, but we don't need to put the whole thing on yet, and we're not plucking anything else, so we're just going to go, okay, my 2's there, my 1 is there, I'm happy to go. So straight in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, this time I'll do it with counting. I hope you heard then that the 2 kept ringing, and it kind of clashed with that C. So keep it down for that one, take it off for that one, because you don't want to hear, because it's the wrong thing. We don't want that. So from the beginning of bar 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, and then we have some repeat marks. So we're going back to the beginning and doing the whole thing. Let's do it. Whole thing, whole of line 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And sorry, that is the 1 there. That's just where these guys like to hang loose. Okay, next bit. This is where we're upping the challenge just a smidge. And let's talk about the rhythm because that's repeated constantly here. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, no matter where we are, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That counting carries on. It could be a dump, tea, coffee, coffee, dump. Tea, coffee, coffee. Okay. Now let's talk about the notes, now that you got that rhythm. If you haven't got that rhythm, please go back, try it again. But we'll do it together anyway. So here we are, we're finding the 3, we're finding the 1. Not too bad with this first bar of this section, so bar 5. Counting you in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Let's do it again. And then we'll run straight into the next bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So this is where, if you remember earlier, I said this 3 is the same as... Oh, this note even. They are one and the same. I've said it in many videos, and as such, if you know that perhaps you have a low G string and that really doesn't work, you're going to be using this one instead. Or you might just really not like that jump. You might prefer it there. I'm a little linear thinking because I'm a guitarist as well, so I tend to prefer this 3. We're all different. Use whatever works for you. I'm going to play it how it's written, but if you don't like that, use the 3 on the E. Okay? The 3 on the E. The 3 on the E. Okay, so from bar 6... Getting myself ready, finding my thumb so I can find that other string. Here we go. Counting you in, and we will go straight into the next bar as well, because I think you're going to be fine. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... And I bet you're probably thinking, why did she use the 3 in that bar and not the open note? Well, with that one, I felt like I liked the sequence. That felt natural to me, whereas doing it the other way seemed harder for me. I don't know why, it made me think more. If it doesn't make you think more, change it. Just use the open note, that's fine. Just be aware, like I said, the 3 on the E is the same as the G. Okay, rhyming over, let's rewind ourselves back to bar 5 and see if we can put those 3 bars together. Alright? So finding the 3, finding the 1, we're good to go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and good. It carries on the same sort of fashion. You can see in the next bar we're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's do that one together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Lovely, next bar, same rhythm again. Alright, let's go from bar 9 and let's keep going into the next. Do you know what? In fact, looking ahead, you can do this. You can sight read this. Let's keep going. We'll go from bar 9 to the end, sight reading, and I will keep counting the whole time. Find your 1, find your 2. You've got this. I fully believe you can do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Whew, well done. I was running out of air saying all the 1 and 2s and 3s and 4 sounds. Okay, the only time really that rhythm is changing, the one we've gotten really used to, is in bar 10. Obviously it changes for the ending, but I mean that's the first sort of instance where your brain goes, oh, it's slightly different. Only slightly. Because you still got that kind of dumpty rhythm at the beginning of bar 10. So from bar 10, let's go to the ending. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. All right. I suspect you got that, even if you need it a little bit slower. Remember, you can always slow down these videos. I know I can go too fast, but that's why YouTube is excellent. It's fantastic because we can slow everything down. Right then. I think let's do that whole sequence together before we do the whole piece together, shall we? Just to make sure we're good. So we're going from bar 5, we're going to go to the end. We're going to go nice and slow, and I'm going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and until I run out of air, okay? Finding my 3, finding my 1, having a look ahead, finding the 2. Good, I'm happy, all right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 good, well done. All right, now let's go all the way through. But before we do that, roll your shoulders. You're probably feeling quite tense. Gosh, when I do that, all I can hear is tinsel in my ears. All right, from the beginning, and just for fun, shall we end with an F chord on that last bar? Because at that point, you're feeling pretty spectacular because you've done all that fiddly work. So I suspect you can do that in the last bar. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll try and remember to do that because I think, why not? Let's celebrate the fact that you've just played a very fiddly piece. All right, from the beginning then. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1, 2. Hey, well done! Well done. I know that's not easy, all that fiddly bit. But hopefully you can see, ooh, it's worth the challenge. It's definitely worth the challenge. It gets you thinking. And you're pushing yourself as well because you're essentially sight reading to start with. I did keep shoving you. Did keep chucking you in the deep end. But you've come a long way. I know you guys out there. I know you. You are very good players. You just doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Believe and you can achieve. All right, I'm going to leave you with that nice positive note, but well done. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Have a lovely festive Christmas. Bye-bye.